All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I get a lot of requests about how do you find products to sell for Shopify. A lot of people are confused on where to actually get these products, how to get them without putting up too much money up front, or, whether you even really have to touch the products or not. So that's what I'm going to cover in this video. For both drop shipping, which is when you're dealing with wholesalers, manufacturers, and retails, and they actually handle all the inventory, versus when you're actually trying to build a brand and you want to handle everything on your own. So anyways, let's get into it. So how do you find products to sell? The first thing is, before you even look into the products, you got to make sure you scratch your own itch. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean you just go scratch your itches because you're itching. It means, it's a term for, if you have something that you're really interested in, then you should just run with that. So a good example is, if you really love fashion and you've been thinking about jewelry for a long time, jump into jewelry, because that's going to be something you're most passionate about and something you're going to excel at, simply because you're willing to put in the hours because you love what you're doing. So the first thing before you even do any of this is scratch your own itch. That's a huge one. Once you've kind of figured out what industry you're trying to look into, or maybe you don't know, the next place you should go to is do a keyword search. So what does that mean? You're going to go to Google. And even if you have no idea what you want to sell, it's okay. Go straight to Google, type in keyword search tool, and it's going to bring you to this one, I believe. Yes. So you might have to actually pay for this one, but this one's really cool. You can actually do keyword searches for Google, YouTube, Amazon, etc. So let's just say we're looking at jewelry. We'll type in hip hop jewelry, and then you're going to hit search, and it's actually going to give you every search, not every search, but it's going to give you keyword suggestions, and it's going to give you search volume, trends, CPC, which is cost per click, competition, etc. And it actually gives you a bunch of different keywords here. So you can kind of see which ones are highly searched, which ones aren't searched. Is there a trend? And if you don't understand what these mean, it shows you right here. So trend shows how the monthly search volume for a keyword has changed over the last 12 months. Now this is important for e-commerce because you want to make sure you're catching trends and catching them early. Because a good example would be the fidget spinner, where people caught the fidget spinner trend early. They made sites and they started doing a couple 100,000 a month just by selling fidget spinners and running ads. So definitely use that tool. You can also do Google Trends. So let's go in here and type in Google Trends, and this is going to take you to this little tool for you guys to use. And this is a little more generic, but it gives you kind of a basic idea. So let's look at hip hop jewelry, and if you hit search, it will take you to a page, and you guys will see a curve here, and it kind of gives you a curve of is it pop? Is it a search that's has increased over time? So this one you can see it's kind of been highly searched than not searched, and this might give you an idea of what months kind of have a higher search for that specific term. If you look at fidget spinner as an example, where do you go there? Let's go back. Fidget spinners are interesting because it actually shows you the trend and how it's kind of peaked and then it fell down over the last kind of year and a half. So let's type in fidget spinner. And if you search that, it'll show you the curve and how it's kind of dropped over time. And then that would obviously prove that you probably don't want to get on fidget spinners right now because the trend has dropped and it was at a peak back in last year. So that kind of shows you how the search has kind of gone down. So definitely use Google Trends and use as many search tools as you can online to kind of see what people are searching for, and make sure you're catching trends early, which I'm going to get into next. Google Trends I just touched on. Look at customer reviews. This one's important, okay? So let's say you want to kind of look at hip-hop jewelry. You can go to Amazon.com, and this will kind of give you an idea of what people are saying about certain products, and this will actually give you kind of a good insight into how you can improve on products, whether people are unhappy with the prices, the quality, if there's certain aspects that they wish were different. This will give you actual reviews from the actual market because, as everyone in entrepreneurship knows, and anybody who's selling products or services knows, that the market is what matters most. So you got to really look into the customer reviews and see what they're saying. So this one shows you 33 customer reviews. You can click on that, and it should take you, my Wi-Fi is a little slow, but it'll take you into the customer review section, which is just down here. I don't know why it's taking forever. There we go. So, you can look at what people liked, what they didn't like. That's a good place to look. And, for this one, it seems like people are kind of happy with the product. and you can kind of look at all the other ones here. You get the gist. Just do your research and see what the market is saying about products, and that's going to give you kind of an idea of how you can improve on certain products. Um, Next is catch trends early. So this is probably the most important ones. You're going to make your most money when you catch a trend, because virality is a huge thing. Of course, when people see a product and it blows up on social media, everyone's going to go buy it. So you want to be in those early few competitors who is selling the products at a competitive rate. So definitely try and catch trends. How do you do this? Well, the number one thing is observe. See what people are doing, see what people are watching, see what people are buying, just by being on social media and watching, viral videos, and watching, doing your keyword searches and kind of keeping up to date with that. That's huge. So once you actually done your research and you figure out, maybe you've kind of come to a conclusion about what you want to sell, maybe iPhone cases is what you want to do, because you see that people are buying custom iPhone cases and that it's a trend and that it's something you can capitalize on. You're going to go look at product suppliers. So the biggest ones are DHgate, AliExpress, and Alibaba. And if you guys haven't done this before, you're basically just going to go to their website and you're going to look for iPhone cases. And now you're going to get into actually contacting suppliers, ordering samples, testing products, see what works, see what doesn't work. You're going to kind of get into the actual contacting of suppliers and working with them, via email and WhatsApp, because most of these people are in China. So you're going to have kind of maybe an issue with translating words, and there's a lot you're going to learn through this process. But this is your best place to go once you kind of know what product you want to sell, or maybe you don't know. You can come straight to the site, do research, and make sure you're always looking at the high positive feedbacks, and of course look for people with transactions, and maybe make sure you're looking at all of these kind of statistics of the seller. Then you should actually go in and message the seller and contact them and get samples, which I'll get into in the next video. But that's pretty much it for how to find products. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and follow me on all social media. And also, I have my course, which is dropping this weekend. It's only going to be $199, and it's going to be a lifetime of videos related to Shopify, drop shipping, building e-commerce stores, marketing, etc., etc. So make sure you guys go look at that. It's down below in the description. I'm only taking 50 students, and we're almost booked up. So make sure you go do that now. And thanks again for tuning in. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.